Yeah, I wouldn't expect sanctions, or at least not initially. I think that the administration here would want to weigh its options and see how things play out. And I wouldn't rule it out for sure, but there are certain laws that govern U.S. policy, particularly when it comes to its relationship with foreign militaries and things that U.S. law stipulates that if these militaries do certain things, then there's certain then that could trigger certain types of outcomes from U.S. policy in terms of severing ties with these foreign militaries or indeed sanctioning them. But I think that if there were to be an emergency or martial law or an outright coup, whatever the case may be, the U.S. would be very careful initially. Now, keeping in mind that over the years, U.S. governments have generally had fairly workable relations with Pakistani military leaders at any one point, even if they sour after a time. As I said before, the U.S. has always been quite comfortable engaging with army chiefs, just because of a perception that these are the most powerful, influential players in the country, and when you want to get things done, you need to engage with the army chiefs. So. And also, as I said before, America, one of Washington's core interests in Pakistan is stability, which I know would be met with skepticism by many in Pakistan, but that's the truth. And that would suggest that ordinarily one might think that if there were to be a takeover, the military comes back, that would be quietly supported by the U.S. on the assumption that that would mean some degree of stabilization, restoration of public order, so on and so forth. But things are very different in Pakistan now than they have been at any time in the past when there were military coups or takeovers. One factor being that the army itself is on the defensive, has taken a lot of hits to its credibility and its popularity. And so, there's reason to think that if there were emergency declared, if there were martial law, that the response in Pakistan would be destabilizing in of itself, wanting to see democracy restored, not wanting to see the military return. And if folks in Washington are aware of that and they believe that to be true, then maybe they wouldn't be receptive to the idea of the military coming back. So it's all very complex, for sure. But my own view is that if the military were to come back, you would see official, formal condemnations from the U.S. government made if that were to come to pass.